I'm sitting here with somebody that I met very recently when she was the Grand Marshal for the St. Patrick's Day Parade of Dublin this year. And we're here because you have just, we're about to see an ad for Lucozade Sport.
Yeah.
That you were in.
That's right, yeah. The ad was filmed a few weeks ago in LA, and it's with Tiny Tempa and Travis Barker from Big 182, so the end result is brilliant. So I think everyone's going to be really impressed with the ad, and this is the first time I've seen it today as well, so
right.
It was really exciting to see, and the end result was just amazing, better than I ever expected, I think.
And was it a difficult decision for you to say, okay, I'm actually going to do an ad, I'm going to take money, which I know you need, everybody needs money, to promote a product like Lucozade Sport?
Not really, no. I mean, Lucozade have supported me for the last few years, really. They're one of my sponsors, so this is just one of the appearances that I had to do, and so I was delighted to do it. I mean, to go over to LA and film an advert was something that I'll never forget, really. So, and to be filming with likes of Tiny Tempa and Travis Barker as well was a great experience.
Brilliant. There are questions here that I have been given, and then questions from Boards members. I like the question, what music is on your iPod?
Jane, I have a bit of everything, to be honest.
So would you have a playlist, for example, for training?
We usually just kind of listen to the radio or whatever when I'm training, so it could be the news or whatever. That's on the radio as well. But I love listening to music. I have, as I said, I have a bit of everything on it, like from Kings of Leon to Florence and the Machine to Bob Marley and to likes of Tiny Tempa, and so yeah, I kind of have a pretty good selection of music.
Brilliant. I'm going to go into the questions that Boards.ie members have given you since last night. We'll start with, if you could have any non-sporting career, what would it be and why?
A non-sporting career? God, I don't even know, I haven't. I'm not really... I'd have a go at the acting since... I don't know. A non-sporting career? All I've done really my whole life was box and play football, so
right.
I'm not really too sure what I do outside of sport.
Okay. So do you think you might go into training or coaching or something like that?
I think I'll probably go into coaching maybe. I'd love to go into coaching after I retire from boxing, and something that I've always been interested in, and so that's something that I'd definitely be into. And I was doing a kind of sport and fitness course in Surrey in college. I only did 1 year of that, so I'd love to go back and do something like that as well. So. Okay. But it would definitely have to be in the line of sport somewhere, so outside of sport I'd have no idea what I want to do. Okay,
great. Somebody called Ono's would like to know, do you have any interest in MMA and would you ever try it? Mixed martial arts?
I've watched it a few times on the TV, but I wouldn't be too into it, to be honest. I think they're great athletes, and it's a very, very tough sport, but they seem to be spending most of their time on the ground or whatever wrestling, so it's not really too exciting to watch in my opinion, so I would never get into it really, but I think I'll just stick to the boxing as it is.
Okay. Apart from your Olympic ambitions, do you have any ambitions of going pro after the Olympics?
I think I'd love to turn pro at some stage in my career, definitely over the next few years. Whether it's going to be after the Olympics or not, I'm not sure, but I definitely would love to give it a go at some stage, and it would definitely be a new challenge for me as well. So yeah, I think I would like to give it a go, but I know that my family or whatever aren't really too keen on the pro game. Okay. They're not really too...
I can feel your dad.
Yeah. They're not really too interested in me turning pro, or they'd just be a bit worried about me or whatever, but I think I'd love to just give it a go at some stage, so I'll see what happens in the next few years.
And your family have obviously been a big support to you, helping you and whatever, but I suppose, do you ever have those discussions where you're like, look Dad or Mum, I'm actually going for this, and they'll be completely against it but still support you?
Yeah, definitely. I think they are all against me turning pro, but if I decide to do that, it's completely my decision, and they'll be there to support me every step of the way. But I think the pro shows are just so exciting to box on, and obviously, you know, you're boxing in front of, you know, thousands and thousands of people, and it's just the whole lead up to the pro game. It's just really exciting, and it is something that I would love to try at some stage. But at the moment, I'm not really thinking about pro boxing anyway. I'm just kind of concentrating on the next few years and the lead up to the Olympics. So that's what I'm concentrating on at the moment. But definitely would like to give it a go at some stage.
Very good. What is your favourite punch?
Anything that I can catch my opponent with, really. I think my strongest punch would probably be my left hook, maybe. That would be probably my strongest punch. So.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. I'll read this one for you. You have such fast hands. Was speed always on your side, or did you have to work at it? And what kind of training would increase this? Bags, pads, shadow boxing, or so on?
I think I've always kind of had that attribute. That's one of the my main attributes of boxing is my fast hands. But I definitely still have to kind of work at that as well. And I do a lot of shadow boxing with hand weights as well, and the right weight training as well can make you more explosive and more powerful and faster as well. I've been doing weights since I'm around 13 or 14 years of age, and so I've always had a good base of weight training behind me, and that's definitely helped with the speed and the power of your hands as well. So yeah, that's the best bit of advice I can give you about fast hands.
Great. Whenever Hollywood makes the Katie Taylor story, what actress would you like to play you?
Oh, well now. I'm not sure. I think Hilary Swank did a great job of Million Dollar Baby anyway, so I don't know though.
How much of your life is given to boxing? Like, do you read boxing books and watch old matches and watch boxing movies and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think I love watching the classic fights or whatever, and I have so many DVDs at home. I have likes of Sugar Ray Leonard, who's one of my favourite boxers. I have all of his fights at home, and I watch them over and over again. I'm really into have all of Manny Pacquiao's fights at home as well, and Floyd Mayweather's and Roberto Duran, and so many great boxers. And I love watching kind of those boxers and the great boxers. Just their fights are amazing. I think you learn so much from them. And I've always just grown up in a family where boxing was our life, really, and it's always been in our family, so you can never really get away from it. So everyone was always kind of in the house messing around, doing a bit of boxing or whatever, so it was really a huge part of our lives, I think.
Right, okay. What's your favourite Rocky film?
My favourite Rocky one, probably Rocky IV with the Russian, what's his name, Drago?
Yeah.
That's, That's probably my favourite one.
Kinetic would like to know, who do you think will win in the Hay versus Klitschko fight?
Well, now, I don't know. I think I'd love to see Klitschko win, and I think I probably shouldn't be saying that, mind you.
Look, it's the truth. Who is your biggest influence in boxing, and who is your favourite boxer, past or present?
The biggest influence would have been my father. I think he got me into the sport, and he's my coach from the very start, and he's still my coach today. So, and I think my whole family really have been big supporters of me. My favourite boxer, as I said, would probably be Sugar Ray Leonard. And I also love watching Kostya Tszyu. He's a Russian born. I think he was a world amateur champion, and he was light welterweight world professional champion as well. So I love watching him boxing as well. So I think between the two of them, they're amazing boxers to watch.
I'm going to ask you a slightly personal question. Have you ever had a row with your dad that you took out in the ring with him when he was coaching you? Or have you ever felt that, like, for example, you wouldn't do the dishes and he made you work extra hard one night or something like that?
Never asked me to do the dishes. I always get asked that question between me and my dad. Do we ever, what's it like with him being a coach? But we get on great. I mean, we never fight anyway, I don't think so. We have such a great relationship, and he is my coach at the end of the day, and I respect everything he says. And
But you can have rows with your coach. It's not so easy when you're going home and then...
I don't really have any rows with him though, that's the thing, so
Alright.
he always has my best interests at heart, and I suppose we have the odd little argument just like any other father-daughter relationship, but we get on like a house on fire really. He's the most important person in my life, one of the most important people in my life, so and I definitely wouldn't be here as a world champion or whatever without him as my coach, so he's and he takes a lot of the pressure off me, and it's just like my whole family really, I'd be lost without him all really, so.
Great. Cool. How do you find being considered a very positive role model for young people in Ireland? Is it something you're aware of? Is it something that you promote? I wouldn't say you promote, but I've never heard of Katie Taylor coming drunk out of a nightclub or being caught doing anything wrong or anything like that.
I suppose I take that very seriously. I mean, I do want to be a good role model for people, for the young kids or whatever growing up. I think there's so many bad role models out there, and they're always kind of in the front page of the newspaper or whatever, and that's what these young kids are looking at all the time. So I think it's very important to have to live a clean life or whatever, and just to try to be the best person that you can be, and just try your best in everything you can do, you can be as well. So I do take that very seriously, and I want to be a good role model for the young kids out there.
Brilliant. Okay, very good. What is your inspiration for training the day after a tough fight or soccer match when you are tired and sore?
What's my motivation?
What's your inspiration for training the day after? What makes you get out of bed and go, okay, I'm wrecked, but I'm going to do this anyway?
I don't know. I think there are days when when I'm not in the mood for training. Yeah, I'll obviously get days like that, but I think my dad always tells you that they're the most important days. They're the days that will make you the champion or whatever. And when the days that you don't want to train, you have to kind of push yourself down to the gym. They're the most important days, and they're the days that will win your big competitions and big fights. So that's what I'm kind of thinking about when I am tired and when I'm just not in the mood for it or whatever. That's what I do be thinking about. This day is going to make a world of difference, and these days are going to stand for me in tough fights as well.
If you listen to music before a fight, what is your favourite song that you listen to before going into battle?
I'd always listen to the same songs before my fights, and I'm a Christian as well, so I kind of just listen to Christian music before my fights and listen to the same songs or whatever. So it's not too exciting really, but that's what I listen to, and I get a lot of inspiration from that, and I kind of read the same Bible verses as well. It's just get, I always say that God has always been strength and confidence going into the ring, and I wouldn't be where I was without God in my life, and so I always listen to those songs. And
are you very religious?
I'm a Christian, and my family are all Christians as well. I was brought up as a Christian in my house, so.
But I suppose what I'm saying is, will you always feel that God is beside you when you're training? Now, I studied to be a Catholic priest, so I kind of know where you're coming from with this, and it's just very refreshing to hear somebody talk about it so openly.
I suppose I just feel that everyone has their talents or whatever. God's given everyone their talents, and I think this is what I was born to do. And every time I go out training or whatever, and God has a big smile on his face because he's doing what he wants me to do, and he's doing what I was born to do. And so that's really the attitude I have. That's why I do train so hard, because it's like an act of worship to God as well, because this is what he wants me to do, and he gets so much pleasure from me boxing as well. So that's really, I just love listen to those Christian songs, and I go to kind of church every Sunday as well, and it's the most important thing in my life really.
Okay.
So
very good.